Hi, a very big welcome to everyone. You're watching the eighth, not that raged episode of the You'll Never Walk Alone show with me, Prasad. So today we have the usual pundits, the classic Mr. Param and Mr. Guna duo. Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Okay, the legendary Mr. Kalai will be joining us in a while for the Everton game. And for this episode, since it's the Merseyside episode, we'll have Everton supporter from the Everton Supporters Club Malaysia later on in the next topic. So let's go to the, before we go to the first topic, I've got a poem to actually tell to you guys. So it goes like this. Back in winning ways, but we are not getting carried away. We are Liverpool supporters all the way. Remember, we are the Premier League champions, by the way. To all the Liverpool supports out there, we go again. So that's the poem for you guys and all the viewers of the You'll Walk Alone show. Let's go to the first topic. We're going to go for the Champions League review. So these are the match stats. As usual, if you can see, for the past 10 games or so, in terms of stats, we are there. We are getting more ball possession, accuracy, and sometimes you get more shots on goal and so on. So that is the same replica for this game. Okay, despite playing in a neutral ground, we still get we still manage to get a better stats and as well as winning the game in overall. So your thoughts on the games, the team performance. But before that, let's go into Ozan Kabak, a player that which got criticized against Leicester, and he really played very well in the Champions League. But personally, for me, I'm still not convinced because we played against a German team. I think Ozan Kabak came from the German league, so probably he knows how the German team play. But based on the Leicester game, yeah, it's unfair for me to actually review him after one game. But I see that he's very slow. He's very slow for the Premier League, so I don't really fancy him to play against Everton later on this week. But again, he played very well against in the Champions League game. Let's talk about him and as well as Curtis Jones. Okay, can we finally give him a permanent position in the midfield? So your thoughts on the game and these two players?
Yeah. I think Kabab, I think we need to give him a chance. Give him some few more games to improve because he just came into the Premier League. So I think should give him a chance, a few more games. For him to improve. So even last time we saw this Alex Arnold, he was first few games he was not playing very good. So once of all, so what happens that Klopp gave him the chance to play and he improved a lot. He learned a lot from Klopp. So I think same thing will go. I think same thing will go to Kabak, and I think he'll improve. I think in a few more games, he'll improve the game. And Jones, I think he for now I think he should be substitute first, then come in as a as a player, and as what Klopp doing now until he gets the momentum of the game of the Premier League. So I think he's also improving the games. And for the game against Leipzig, Leipzig was I should praise Leipzig because the game was too fast for Liverpool. Their passing and and the advantage football was too fast for Liverpool. And the second half, they had two mistakes by Leipzig team. The defense. So Liverpool took the chance and made it 2-0 for the game. And I think for the next repeat game again with Liverpool at Anfield, Liverpool they have to do something about it because Leipzig is too fast for them. It's too fast. They're very fast, in passing and going into the only problem is that their finishings, Leipzig's the finishings are not very good, but we can't take Leipzig very light. Liverpool, they have to do something about it on the return leg.
All right, thank you for the thoughts, Mr. Param. Okay, let's speak about Mo Salah. for me, I feel that this season we are still in a decent position despite all the issues that we have this season. We are still in the decent position, and that is we need to thank Mo Salah despite the links of him going to Real Madrid or even Barcelona a couple of months ago. He still performs. Okay, and just for the record, he's still our top goal scorer. So this is the stats for the goal scorers for Liverpool this season. So Mo Salah is topping that with 24 goals. So I feel that he's single-handedly reviving Liverpool back to where we belong. So your thoughts on Mo Salah and his performance this season, and also for the game against the Champions League, Mr. Guna?
Yeah, I mean, for me, from a statistics perspective, this is what we want to see. It's been quite healthy if you look at the statistics in terms of number of shots on target and so forth. So this is what we want to see. I mean, Leipzig has been, they've been just playing industrial tactics, right? They were short of ideas how to beat Liverpool's tight passes. So that was a big, huge problem for them. So I think because also we played a little bit high from a defensive perspective, that also made the cutout much easier itself. I mean, when you look at the forwards, I mean, Salah had a wonderful goal. I mean, this is someone that now I see has got some confidence. Salah's goal, from midfield, he sweeps the ball from midfield, and then in one look, right, at the goalkeeper, he flicks on his hips and then sent it to the goal. Right? I mean, it's basically Salah who created the entire opportunity, all right, to score that goal. This is what we want to see. So I'm very excited for him that he's back. I hope it's only not for the Champions League and so forth, but I think hopefully he does the same energy and the excitement that it's actually giving us. Right. I mean, I think with Mane's goal, I mean, I think it was one of the best goal assists, Curtis Jones had actually given to Mane, right? Fantastic goal again. So they are playing well. My only thought was, although it was one of the best pairs now, I think Kabak and Henderson has got a nice match now already. They're matching up, catching up well. But I still feel that putting Henderson back to his original place and replace Henderson with someone else, playing with Kabak would even further improve not only the statistics but also give us more goals. So that's my thought of the game overall so far.
Right. So speaking about pushing Jordan Henderson more into the offensive side of the position. There's a good news. Fabinho might be coming in not for the next game, but probably very soon by next week. So we might have a central defense by then. But even though it's not his natural position, but he did play very well then. One of the main issues this season that we see is the inconsistency of Liverpool. We're winning games and suddenly we're losing games. We're winning one game, then we're losing 3 games in a row, then we're winning one game. And this inconsistency is cost a lot for Liverpool this season. All right, so your thoughts on that, and as well as let's see on the upcoming games for the month of March. So this is where we our next upcoming fixtures. So after the Everton game, we have a game against Sheffield United. So we have 1 week rest, okay, after the Everton game. So we're going to play away at Sheffield United, then home again against Fulham. That'll be on the 6th of March. And we go again in the Champions League. We're going to play in Anfield for the second leg of the Champions League. And then we're going to have a game against Wolves. So this month is going to be a month that we play with mid-table teams, right? So I believe that this could be a revival month for Liverpool to catch up all points that have lost earlier. So your thoughts on this, gentlemen?
Yeah,
for me,
go
ahead.
Yeah, Liverpool, yes, as what Prasad was saying there, yeah, it's inconsistent because a champion, you should be a champion. I know. At least you have a few trophies in one season. At least one trophy. At least one trophy. A champion with at least one trophy. At least one. That's called a champion. You know, Liverpool so far for 30 years is inconsistent. And winning one Champions League, a Champions League once, that's it, and you top the table, that's it. Once, then the next time you're going down. What is that? It's not a champion. A champion, you need to win. You need to win trophies. That's what is a champion team is. So Liverpool to me is inconsistent. Liverpool is inconsistent team. So they have to do something about it. I don't know. It's a management problem. It's a coach, the player. I don't know. We had the same players winning the Champions League, the what do you call the Premier League. Same team now is going. It's not performing. Why? What is that? Something wrong.
The other thing which
So
is,
they
which
need
is
to do some.
speaking about consistency, there's another, speaking of inconsistency, but there's one thing which is consistent in this Liverpool team. Not Liverpool team, probably I would say Liverpool management. Since then till now, the effort to get in top players are not even there. When was the last time that we had a real proper top player? Okay, earlier in these few episodes, we spoke about we create top players. Okay, but if you see, speaking about consistent winners, speaking of consistent dominating team that dominated the English League or even the European League, they always buy top players, top superstars to sustain that consistency, in which Liverpool failed to do so since the last time they won, which was previously 30 years ago, until even now after winning the Premier League. So this is another consistent things that we are doing. People are saying that people are, even supporters, in a certain set of supporters, they are saying that they are okay to create, but like what Mr. Param said earlier, to be a consistent or a dominant team in English football or in European football, you need to get in top players. You need to invest in top players. FSG need to come down to the ground and accept the fact that they have to get in top players. Enough of creating top players and being a feeder club to the top clubs. Look at what Suarez did. No one knows Suarez. We created Suarez, we make him a global superstar, and he left to Barcelona to win trophies. Same goes to Torres. We made him a global superstar. All right. The only one loyal to us was Stevie G. Now, being loyal to us, the price was you don't even win a Premier League. All right. That was Stevie G. So I think it's about time FSG, the owners, John W. Henry has to get down to the ground, get down to reality, and he needs to start buying top players. Okay, this season is an example that we were so dominant. All right, we just had few injuries and we are gone. The whole team is missing. All right, so this is what is very unusual for a champion. Sorry to say, I have to put in examples like Man United. They dominated the English league. All right, so year in year out, they were winning the league and they were buying new top players. All right,
and you can see. I mean, I'm sorry to say this. I have to bring in another team called Man City. So how they're performing every season? Every season they are fighting. Every season, yeah, they're consistent. They're consistent in winning.
Yeah, Raheem Sterling, another from the academy who went there and is not performing.
Yeah,
the top star, right?
Yeah. So I think there's something wrong.
I've got a different view on that. So for me, this is what all Liverpool is about. Yeah, it has been a tradition that we've basically did wonders, not only in terms of games, but also in terms of people itself that we've got. So I totally, not to say I disagree with you, definitely, but this has been our culture all this while, and this is why Liverpool was so exciting for me. In terms of inconsistency, I still see that this inconsistency basically started off with, it started off right after October 17. right? Van Dijk, and we had a couple of injuries and so forth. So tomorrow's game with Everton is going to be the key. It's definitely going to be key in terms of it's going to give us more boost. I think we're going to go in a bit more with energy, because if we can make do with what we have with the players and give a good result tomorrow, I think after that it's going to be back to the good old days. In fact, so that's my prediction. One, number two, this is what I hope. Yeah, so tomorrow is going to be key.
All right. Thanks again.
Yeah, the
gentlemen.
game and the
Yes, go on,
tournaments. I mean, all the Liverpool games, which as what you said, that there'll be few matches, going on for the past another 2 weeks, So as what you said, this is all in the mid teams, right? In the mid teams, So what do you think these mid teams they're going to do? Liverpool losing points at the bottom teams. What are they going to do in the mid teams now? Are they going to draw, or are they going to win? I'm not sure. I don't know, because they are losing points at the bottom team, but at the top teams they're getting points. Like Spurs, the Spurs they won, and other teams they won. So, but the bottom teams I'm talking about, the bottom and the mid team, they have no other choice. They have to get points, 3 points, full 3 points. They have to get. They cannot play relax. That's what Money and the forwards they do. I see them playing when they are winning a one, they relax. They take easy. They shouldn't do that. They must be like Man City. Move on, go for it, score as much as goals. You score 3 goals, you don't relax. You score as much as you can.
All right. So thanks for your thoughts, guys. So we're gonna jump into the very important game, a game that excites everyone, the Merseyside derby. That is gonna come after a commercial break. We're gonna have the legendary Mr. Kalai in the show, and as well as a supporter from the blue half of Merseyside. He's also from the Everton Supporters Malaysia Club. So catch you guys after this commercial breaks. See you soon. Okay, guys. Okay, let's move on to the next part of the show. The Merseyside Derby, which is going to come on this Saturday. All right. So to get for that, we have Biing. All right, from the Everton Supporters Club Malaysia. So welcome to the show, Biing.
Hi guys, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
welcome, Biing. Welcome to the show.
For the record, you are the first Everton supporter to be part of the show. So we are very honored to have you in, Biing.
I'm honored too as well. Yeah, it's the first time that we are doing this with our good neighbors here. See. Yeah.
Okay, just a quick introduction about yourself and your involvement with this Everton Supporters Club Malaysia, and then I'm very curious to know that how do you became an Everton supporter, and who inspired you to probably take the worst decision ever in your life?
It was never a worst decision. In fact, one day when I was playing football on the pitch and I fell down and I think I bled blue.
Wow.
Right, and if you ask any Evertonians on the street right now, they probably have a similar kind of reaction that they'll be telling you. They bled blue. What inspired us? Well, at the end of the day, it's always about the people, and that's what Everton is. It's the people's club in Liverpool anyway. So you get more action from what they do on and off the pitch. That's me, and that's Gary Neville. And that's the Everton Supporters Club Malaysia, the guys that I hang out with. We have quite regular meetings, but due to COVID now, unfortunately, it's going to be through what we are doing right now on Zoom. And anyway, it's all about passion. Yeah, that's how I chose Everton, because that's how the team performs when they perform, right? And they show a lot of passion and spirit, and also the way they do things for the community. And I guess that actually inspired not only myself, but as well as all my gang in there, those guys, because I think I'm not too sure whether you guys are aware that Everton does a lot of things for the community, and the Supporters Club Malaysia here as well does similar as well. So part and parcel of it, right? On the pitch, well, I mean, put it this way: the 80s was there was only two clubs, right? That was dominating. Yeah,
Yes.
I
Liverpool and
yeah.
Everton. Yes.
So that those guys, the noisy fellas, are East Side. Please, come on, that's nothing.
All right, thanks.
The best player they ever had was, I also can't remember, right? So yeah, and my mom was a Liverpool supporter anyway. So if she's hearing this, I'm hi.
All right, thanks for your introduction, Bill. So let's move on to the preview of the game. All right. It is not something Liverpool fans want to be at the moment. You know, we don't want to go back to the Premier League, and definitely at this moment, you don't want to go back to the Anfield. You know, playing a home game because we're having a dreadful couple of games there. But before me going asking you for your thoughts and prediction on this game, let me just go through on the previews and stats on this game first. Okay, this will be the 236th Merseyside derby. All right, and Liverpool have never lost in their last 23 meetings with Everton in all competition, winning 11 and drawing 12. Their longest run against an opponent. Okay, and this Liverpool Merseyside derby is the most drawn fixtures in the Premier League, with 24 of the meetings being at the sides ending level. The Merseyside derby has also been I've seen more red cards, which is not a surprise, than any other fixtures in this competition, with a whopping 22 red cards. All right, so in total, Liverpool have scored 326 goals and Everton have scored 262 goals in total. And at this moment, Origi is the highest current player, okay? The highest goal scorer in terms of current player, which he has 5, and followed by Sadio Mane with 4. Okay, we always speak about Everton and Liverpool when it comes to Liverpool. But there's another team, another professional team, which is called Tranmere Rovers. Okay, they are the third professional team from Everton. For Liverpool. So if, let's say, Liverpool and Everton plays against Tranmere Rovers, it's also considered as Merseyside derby. Just for your information. All right, and the derby in March 2006, where we had Steven Gerrard and James Beattie, who wore the number 8. They wore 08 as the country, as the city being voted as the European capital of culture back in 2008. If you guys remember.
Yes.
Okay, at this moment, Liverpool have not ever lost 4 consecutive Premier League match. All right, since December 2002, under Gerard Houllier. All right, so most win as usual. We have Liverpool winning 93 times. Top goal scorer of the Merseyside derby is Ian Rush. And then Everton drawing 63 times. Everton winning 66 times, drawing 76. Liverpool winning 93 times. The biggest ever win or biggest ever scoring game is 6-0 back in 1935. And some notable players that played for both Liverpool and Everton were, I think, Abel Xavier, everyone knows him. Okay, Nick Barmby, Steve McMahon, Peter Beasley, and also Sander Westerveld. He came on loan for Everton and he played, I think, a couple of games only. All right. So, okay, this is the match stats. So I'll just go for Biing first for your thoughts on this game and your match prediction.
Oh, match prediction and thoughts of the game. Well, obviously, I would like to see us trash you guys 5-0. Well, he'll still give you the highest game record of 6-0 for you guys on the 30s. But being realistic and very pragmatic herein, we're not running in the good form at the moment. And based on current statistics, I don't think we are. It doesn't favor us anyway. But the onus is actually on your side to beat us. The win is more important to you than me. Put it this way, it's quite funny to see Liverpool supporters having to chase and look up and see West Ham's matches, right? It never occurred to you, I'm sure. Yeah. But
yes.
Yeah, so it's. I think that's already quite painful. And for thoughts of these kind of matches, when it comes to punditries and previews, 2/3 or maybe more than the time is always talking about the red side and never giving us enough credit for that. So even if you turn on,
I started asking questions from you.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, so that's the opportunity. Oh my goodness, actually there's 4 of you versus me. Alamak.
Oh yeah, sorry.
75% again. Ayo.
Sorry, yeah.
Well, but
welcome everyone.
Hey, Biing, how are you?
Yeah. Hi, Param, is it? Yeah.
Param.
Hi.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I mean, put it this way, I think the pressure is on your side to perform, and
Yes.
I think we'll just enjoy ourselves on the park. If you need to break James Rodriguez's legs, Ellison can take that chance to pay back for Van Dijk. Um,
I
by
know
all
you're hoping for.
means,
I think we'll
I
go
know.
for
I know.
Kevin
Biing
Lewin
is.
lah. We'll go for Kevin Lewin.
Yes. Yes.
Calvert
Yes.
Lewin is also injured.
Your
Can whack him. It doesn't
your
matter
top goal scorer.
because you whack one down, there will be a few more coming back up again. And you see it gives you a very good excuse if you just whack one DCL down. Yeah, winning the game will not give you that kind of glory that you need.
Yes.
But
Yes. I
you
agree.
just imagine Pickford accidentally hurting Van Dijk, and then that's the excuse that Liverpool is taking for the whole season. I mean, that only shows is that the type of squad that you have that small? No, right? Because you guys are European champions, probably
Premier League
champions.
champions.
So
Yep.
yeah,
Champions of
so
England.
unfortunately.
But do you think, speaking about the tackle the other day, I mean, we are still furious. You know, we are very, very furious.
Oh, the tackle. I think it was.
Was it a penalty? Just be honest.
No.
It's never a penalty.
It's always a friendly derby because it's a family derby, right? Because within Liverpool, family members are cut across. But I think passion kicks in too hard, and then people will start to get a bit more over passionate about the situation. So, well, in football, injury happens, right? Perhaps tomorrow, Calvert-Lewin could have their stuck on the field and falls down, break the leg, and then so happened Salah over there, and then gets an accidental red card for it. Happens. So, but life goes on, right? So we just have to go on with it. So I think, well, if you want to bring back that topic, Tutu, and the slip that Pickford did onto Van Dijk, well, it happens, right? And let bygones be bygones. I think the only sore person would be Van Dijk because he's the one injured out. And I think right now, for your team is also quite hard because I can see Klopp was one of the statements he made that everyone wants us to slip. I think perhaps that is his only imagination that he has in his own mind. The best slip ever had for Liverpool was Slippy G's with Crystal Palace years ago. All right. Apart from that, I'm okay with it. The pressure rests upon your team.
All right.
Yeah, I agree with you, Biing. I totally agree with you regarding the pressure on us. And the best chance for Everton to beat us is actually on Saturday, because we're having a bad run on the home ground. And best chance for you all to beat us is on that particular day. And I'm still not forgiving Pickford for his life-ending tackle on Van Dijk. But I think it was a bad one. It is not a penalty because it was offside decision, but it was a decision where the FA of England should have taken against Pickford. But anyway, like what you said, is bygones. They can't go back. But it has actually affected our team on the defense part of it. And after that injury, every single play, the defender got injured. I don't know whether it was omen for every single defender to get injured in our team. But anyway, that started the whole thing off, you know. He got injured, Matthew got injured, Justice got injured. Everything started from that onwards. Anyway,
we're looking forward to see Henderson on defense.
Yes. But one thing I'll tell you, we're talking about our team, Liverpool, tomorrow's game. I hope Curtis Jones plays. Curtis Jones plays in midfield. And I think Natalie Phillips should come back to the defense because, as you know, Calvert Lewin will. He's got his beautiful headers into the goal. So if Philip plays, I think he can take care of that as well. All right.
So you're trying to have a bit more local blood to be in the team, I would say.
Yes. The other thing as well is because Everton is going through a bad run as well. You know, last few games as well. Correct, Biing? Do you agree with me?
Yeah, I do.
So I think
they always had a bad run.
Yeah.
Bad run.
No, I never underestimate a derby because derby has always got a passion. Yeah. For us, basically, a Liverpool fan, the first fierce match will be against Manchester United, and follows very close to it is Everton match. All right.
Well, I guess the thing missing here is the fans, right? So that would drive the passion, maybe 90% of the passion out of the game.
Definitely.
And I believe that would actually, I mean, it's very hard even for pundits to put in a score for that. All right.
Cannot,
So,
well,
but then they just go reluctantly by the heart or by popular belief lah. So
Exactly.
for derbies, well, you just have to keep it even because you never know. It could be 9 red cards.
Possible, very much possible. So I hope we have a good match tomorrow.
Yeah.
I just hope on Liverpool side, Jones plays. Natalie Phillips comes into the picture with Henderson as well. Jones is good. Jones should come in the midfield, and Salah, Mane, Firmino will be there as well. I hope these guys do well tomorrow.
But don't you think that if
sure
you have
Jota,
it's a bit too light for you guys? We're putting these young boys in because after all, it's always your foreign players who's actually dictating and cutting up the pace for the team.
yeah, but we don't have the place to do it. We don't have anybody on the field today.
You guys are the champions.
So who do you put?
I don't know. That's your team. For Everton, we'll put anyone, including the groundskeeper if we need to. It's not only DCL who could score, but he so happened to be very lucky this year. He must have done something right. But put it this way, we can put 10 midfielders if we need to. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Guna, your thoughts on the game and on how do we need to put Ozan, Kabak or Nat Phillips instead? Your thoughts on the lineup?
I mean, for me, the game is going to be exciting. I mean, for whatever reason, I still remember, Goodison Park, October 17, having your keeper. I mean, having our Badk being dashed out after the game. But I think it has been always trying the team with many formats. I think it's basically giving us a lot of other options. I'm taking it more on a positive side. So I truly believe it's going to be a lot more passionate game tomorrow because of there's been people complaining about what actually happened on Badk, and it's because of Everton and so forth. So I think it's going to be a very, very exciting game tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward for at least a small margin win by Liverpool.
Right.
I'm going to go for a 3 or 4-0 win for Liverpool tomorrow.
Wow, it's really thrashing.
Wow.
Because of the Pickford against Badk incident.
I think we will be going on and on again with this. Well, put it
because
this way.
Biing wanted a 5-0 win. Biing wanted a 5-0 win, so I might as well go for at least for 3 to 4.
Well, put it this way.
I'll -1 from the
I
side.
think it's fair. For us, if we want to continue saying, Liverpool is good, I think without Badk, we should be trashing Everton tomorrow. I think that would actually have everyone's, perceptions and so forth to be becoming on a ground zero discussion already after that. So that discussion aside, and then I'm just really looking forward for a good game tomorrow.
Well, I think the first 15 minutes will dictate what happens. And
yes.
And if just say someone puts a flying tackle in, and that would be the decider for the whole game.
I think Merseyside derby, you do not need to wait 15 minutes. I think for the first 15 seconds,
you'll start flying from early
you're
stage.
flying already.
I'm just worried about Thiago Alcantara.
We have Thiago now, so don't worry. 15 seconds, we are getting the
I
first.
hope he doesn't get the first minute red card.
Anyway.
I just hope he doesn't get red card in the first minute.
All right, Mr. Param, let's speak about a little bit about Everton. All right, they have a very, for me, since we are in the same state, they have a very good striker by the name of Kabak. All right, he's the current top goal scorer. I think with 13 goals in the Premier League. And your thoughts on his threat to Liverpool? Is he going to be a threat on this day? Because he's fit for the game. That's the latest news. He's fit for the game. He was almost missing. He's fit for the game. Do you think he's going to be a threat? And if he's a threat, how do you think Liverpool need to defend him?
Yeah, well, he's a very fantastic player, and he played very good football with Everton, and of course, yes, it's going to be a threat for Liverpool. Definitely going to be a threat, and Liverpool have to do something about it. They have to do something about it. They can't because they had for the first league they had few chances, and Liverpool missed that, and it's the threat for Liverpool, and Klopp have to do something for defense. as Mr. Kalai said, you need to put Phillips. You need to put Phillips to cover him.
Honestly speaking, looking at Ozan Kabak's performance against Leicester, if you're going to put in Ozan Kabak instead of Nat Phillips, definitely Everton's going to exploit the defense, because Ozan Kabak is I'm repeating again, this is the second episode I'm repeating, Ozan Kabak is very slow for the Premier League.
Yeah,
right?
his movements is very slow.
Yep.
His movements is very slow, and I think the forward Everton, I think can take him.
Yep.
Anytime, So I think Everton and Liverpool both, I think they are in the down side, and both teams they want to go for a win. So it could be it will be a good match.
For me, I think this season, Everton, despite because they have Carlo Ancelotti, one of the best manager ever,
Yeah.
and Carlo knows very much about Liverpool, because he was in the team that the infamous Istanbul comeback. He was managing AC Milan at that point of time, so he really knows what's Liverpool about, the passion in the city and so on. But this Everton team is different than the other years, the other seasons, okay? I see, the players like of James Rodriguez and all these people, they were once on the top of the league. You guys don't forget that, and this is a very different Everton team. And I think we're going to really have a tough time, all right? I've never said this in the show, but I really feel like what I said earlier before we start this topic, I'm very scared going back to the Premier League, and especially in Anfield. All right. And with the team like Everton, I'm actually going for a draw. Okay. It's going to be a very boring Merseyside derby. I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw.
My goodness, 1:30 and a boring draw. I think we're all falling asleep. Cannot lah. But mind you guys, a lot of times you guys only focus your attention onto DCL. But I have to highlight something. There's two little players there called Mason Holgate as well as Tom Davies. Now, Tom Davies has been doing a lot of the work where Aaron is out injured, and every game he's actually improving, and he's scraping things left and right, playing the holding midfield role. And that could be quite dangerous for you guys, because this guy is from the city. Passion will be there. And my thinking, within the first 15 minutes, he'll be throwing a crunching tackle onto Firmino if he plays, or even Salah, or Mane actually, probably breaking the leg as well. So these players, including Mason Holgate, also at Everton, holding on the backside there. So these guys would actually be the critical players that can actually change the tune of the game. DCL, alamak, it's just waiting for someone to make a delivery to him. That's about it, right? He's just lucky to be there to score those goals. All right. So pay attention to these two boys.
All right. Thanks. But you didn't say the score prediction yet.
I am hoping for a 5-0. I'm hoping for a 5-0. But again, I threw it to you all.
Score for Everton.
If you need a 5-0, it would be 5-0 for you guys. But the onus is on your side to win this thing.
Yeah.
So
we are a club still
both
building.
are having a bad day. Both are having bad weeks. So see how it goes tomorrow.
Yeah.
Doing the big scores anyway.
All right, Biing, it's been a tremendous pleasure, a very big pleasure to have you in the show. All right,
Yeah.
so hope probably for the next round we will invite you in as well. So thanks for coming, and catch you up soon, Biing.
All right.
Thanks,
Good
Biing.
luck in your efforts
Thank you.
here. And
Thank you.
hope your guys will get this show running more and more each time. And
Sure,
get
sure.
together.
Thank you.
Right.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Ben. Have a nice
Okay,
day.
see you guys. Have
Have
a
a nice
good
day,
game
Biing.
tomorrow. Ciao.
All right.
Ciao, ciao.